Good morning, everyone. We are coming to you live via Facebook streaming, via YouTube streaming, and also via Skype. Everyone is welcomed to this live streaming. After the sutras relating to those who are intellectual type and those who are feeling type, it is time for question and answer session. Love is not an act. It is asked why it is difficult to love someone for 24 hours a day. Why does it happen so? Should love not be a 24-hour continuous process? And at what stage love becomes devotion? I repeat the question. It is asked, why is it difficult to love someone 24 hours a day? Why does it not happen? Isn't it that love need to be a continuous process? And at what stage does love become devotion? It is important question, and everyone seems to be loving. We are asked to be loving, but we do not know what love is. Love is not an act. It is not something that you do. If you do it, then it cannot be love. Doing is involved. No doing is involved in love. Love is a state of your being. No one can do anything. Forget about love. No one can do anything continuously for 24 hours. If you are doing love, then of course it cannot be for 24 hours. With any act, soon you get bored. You get tired. And then after any act, whether it is love or anything, you need to relax. If you are doing love, you have to relax. And where you relax, you always relax into the opposite. You are engaged extensively into work. You have to relax in the absence of extensive work. You are talking too much. You are running. You have to relax when you are not running. You are stand still. So you can relax if you are doing too much. If you are doing love, then you need to relax, and you can relax in the opposite of love, which is hate. Because you can relax only in the opposite. You are working, you have to relax when you are not working. That is why love is always mixed with hatred. You love this moment, and next moment you hate the same person. The same person becomes the object of love and hate simultaneously. That is, you are hungry one moment, and after you have consumed the food, you are no more hungry. So the opposites always go hand in hand together. And this sometimes creates confusion. You told someone that I am very, very, very hungry. The person prepares the dishes, but you find it is taking long. You take out something and start eating it. So when the person brings the food, you said, I am not hungry. This is conflict. You said 10 minutes ago, I am hungry. Now you are saying I am not hungry, but this is logical. You are hungry, you are thirsty in a moment. When that moment is gone and your hunger is not satiated or your thirst is not quenched, you will remain like that. But you cannot remain hungry for long. So one thing you have to understand, that love is not an act. You cannot do it. However, you can be in love. But when you are in love, you cannot say that you are doing love. Doing is absurd. But other things are also implied. It is not an effort, because if it is an effort, anything where you have to put an effort, you get tired. Love is a state of mind, a state of being. You know, being as mind is a state of mind. And do not think in terms of relationship. Love is not a relationship. Instead, it is a state of mind. If you are in love, this is a state of mind. This state of mind may be focused on one person or may be unfocused on the whole. When it is focused on one person, we know it as love. When it becomes unfocused, love becomes a prayer. Then you are just in love, not with someone, but just in love. Love is your breath. Never think in terms of love as a relationship. Breathing is not an effort. It happens. Yes, in order to do certain things, you can learn certain breathing exercises in order to correct something. But as such as you are, there is no need. You do not have to make any effort to breathe, but you have to make an effort to correct the breathing. When love is focused on one person, know it as love. When it becomes unfocused means it is not focused on a particular person, then it becomes a prayer. Then love becomes your breath. You breathe in love energy. If breathing was an effort, man will get tired. He will breathe for 10 minutes and then he will stop breathing for 10 minutes. It is a continuous process because it is not an effort. If it were an effort, then at times you might forget to do it, and you know what is the result when you do not breathe. Love is just like breathing. Breathing is at a physical level. Love is the breath of the being, of the soul. Or you can say love is the breathing at a higher state. If you do not breathe, the body will die. If you do not love, then a spirit cannot be born. A spirit gets birth only because of love breath. So take love as breathing of the soul. When you are in love, your soul becomes vital, alive, just like breathing. But think in this way: if I say to you, only breathe when you are near me and do not breathe anywhere else, what will happen? You will die. And the next time you will be near me, you will be just like a dead corpse. You will not even be able to breathe near me. That has happened with love. We possess. The love object is possessed, and the lover says, do not love anyone else. Only love me. Then love is atrophied, and then lover cannot love. It becomes impossible. It does not mean that you have to love everyone, but you have to be in a loving state of mind. It is just like breathing. Even if your enemy is there, do you stop breathing? If your friend is there, do you breathe more? The breath is a continuous process, whether there is a friend or an enemy. In the same way, when love reaches the higher plane, it becomes your breath. It is there continuously happening, not doing. Just as breathing, you do not do anything, it happens on its own. That is the meaning of when Jesus says, love your enemy. And when Jesus says, love your enemy, it has been a problem for Christianity. How to understand this saying? And Jesus always spoke in parables. His aphorisms need to be explained. And these are like a code language. You have to decode it. Love your enemy, it seems contradictory. But if loving is not an act, instead just a state of mind, then there is no question of enemy or friend. You are always in love. You are breathing the love energy. Love has become your breath. Look at it from another side. There are persons who are continuously in hate, and whenever they try to show love, they have to make a lot of effort. Their love is an effort because their continuous state of mind is a state. And when your continuous state of mind is hate, then love becomes an effort. There are persons who are constantly sad. Then their laughter is an effort. They have to fight against themselves. And when you are fighting against yourself, then laughter becomes a painted laughter, just a false, imposed, put together. It is not coming from deep within. It is just arranged. There is no spontaneity. Instead, there is just artificiality. There are persons who are constantly in anger, not angry at someone or the other, just angry. Then love becomes an effort. Normally, people are constantly in hate or in love or in anger. On the other hand, if love is your state of mind, anger will be an effort. You have to make an effort to get angry. You can do it, but you cannot be angry. Then you will have to create artificiality, and that will be false. You recall, I had mentioned it a couple times, Raman Maharishi. Once a man came to him and he inquired how to achieve this question, Raman said, go within. And he keep on asking the question in differently. Each time when he asked, Raman said, go within. All you need to do is go within. When man continued, Raman pick up his stick and chased the man out of the compound. He said, I told you to just go within, nothing else to be done. And everyone found that Raman got angry. Raman is in a state of love. Anger is an effort for him. And when something becomes an effort, it does not remain the same. When you are making an effort to get angry, that is the difference between the anger of an awakened one and your ordinary anger. For an awakened one, he is in a state of mind. He is in a state of love. Love is his breath. Then he has to use. Then anger will be false. False means he will use it as a tool to correct something. The best example is that of the mother's anger. When mother gets angry with the child and punishes the child that you go and sit down in the corner and you will not be given the food, it is out of compassion. And mother also starves. She does not eat. It's not that she will go and eat and leave the child. For 2 hours and 3 hours, she will put the child into the corner and tell him that you will not get any food. But after 2 or 3 hours, she will say, okay, now it is okay, you go and eat, but don't repeat the same thing again. Her anger is an effort to correct something. In the same way, your love is an effort. There is a biological need. You come to the love and you finish, and then you hate after making love, you hate the same person. There are persons who are constantly in hate. There are persons who are constantly in anger. Not angry at something or someone, but just angry. Anger becomes their way of life. Then love can become an effort. If love is your state of mind, then anger will be an effort. You can do it, but you cannot remain angry. You will use it as a tool. If a Buddha tries to be angry, much effort is needed. And that too, it will be false. And only those who do not know him can be deceived. Those who know him, they know that his anger is false, just painted or created as a tool. It is not coming from within. It is very difficult for anger to come or hate to come from within an awakened one. A Buddha, a Jesus cannot hate. A Buddha and Jesus cannot get angry. Then it is an effort. If they want to show hatred, if they want to show anger, then they do it. You recall when Jesus goes and he sees the people drinking, he gets angry and he turns over the tables, and that incident you will recall. This is the anger coming out of the compassion of Jesus. But you do not need any effort to be hateful. You need effort to be loving. Change the state of mind from being hateful to being loving. How to change a state of mind? How to be loving? It is not a question of time, of how to be loving 24 hours a day. It is absurd. This question is absurd. It is not a question of time. If you can be loving in a single moment, that is enough. Not that you love in a single moment. You are loving in a single moment because you never have two moments together. You always have one moment. Only one moment is given to you, and when one is lost, one dies, the other comes in. That is how it goes on. You cannot have the two moments simultaneously at the same time. Life is a single moment. If you know how to be loving in a single moment, you know the secret. You need not think about it for 24 hours or whole life. Only a single moment of love is enough. Only a single moment of love is enough. If you can be loving in a single moment, that is enough. Once you know how to enter the single moment with love, you have entered eternity. There is no more. A Buddha lives. The moment means you are living now. Buddha lives in now, and you live in time. Time means thinking of the past, thinking of the future. And in between the past and the future comes a moment which is very precise. It is ephemeral. It comes this moment and disappears very next moment. It is like a bubble that rises, or a wave that rises on the surface of the ocean and then falls right there. What you see the waves moving, it is a continuous process of rising of the waves. You are like a wave that has risen on the surface of the life's ocean, and it will dissolve. You are engaged with the future or with the past. That is your concern. And in that, the present moment, the precise moment, is lost. And the present is the only existence. Past is no more, the future is yet to be. They both are not. They are non-existence. This very moment, this single atomic moment, is the only existence. It is here now. If you know to be loving, you know the secret. And you will never be given two moments together. So you need not bother about time. One moment added on to the other, it becomes time. When one moment dies, another moment is born. It is always a single moment, a precise moment. It is there. A single moment is always, and it is always in the shape, in the form of now. Remember, there are not really two types of now, only one type of now, and that is this very moment. This single moment is the same. It does not differ from the moment that was gone before, and it does not differ in any way with the moment that is going to follow it. This is atomic. Now is always the same. That is why Eckhart says, it is not that time passes. Time remains the same. Rather, we go on passing. Pure time remains same. We go on passing. So do not think about 24 hours, and then you need not think of the present moment. One thing more. Thinking needs time. Living does not need time. You cannot think in this very moment. In this very moment, if you want to be, you will have to cease thinking. Because thinking is basically concerned with either the past or the future. Or what can you think in the present? You have to live in this moment. When you have a platter in front of you, you have to think about it. Then you will miss the warmth of the food. You have to eat it. If you are thirsty, you cannot think about the water drinking or the process of water drinking. You have to hold the cup in your hand and drink the water. The moment you think, it becomes past. A flower is there. You say it is a beautiful flower. This saying is now no more in the present. It is based on the conditioning of the past and the future. It has become past. When you come to grasp something in thinking, it becomes the past. In the present you can be, but you cannot think. You can be with the flower, but you cannot think about the flower, because thinking needs time. Thinking needs time. I will continue this in tomorrow's session. Until then, take care and do have a pleasant day.